Welcome to City Pulse. I'm Travis Leamons, and we've got much to show in this episode. Coming up, HTV multimedia journalist ShaVonne Herndon grabs some coffee with cops in District A. We celebrate improvements made to Harwin Park, done as part of Mayor Sylvester Turner's Complete Communities initiative. And Houston First President and CEO Michael Heckman forecasts what the future holds in store for the city. First up, though, is rodeo. Now, rodeo season might be over, but hearing what kids and families like best will make you go, yeehaw, for next year.
Yeehaw! We have been going to different rodeos throughout the whole month. I guess since last month we went to the San Antonio Rodeo, here at Houston Rodeo, and then we're going to end up in either Dallas or the Livestock Show in the Valley. But we enjoy it. We enjoy the full day of just having a lot of fun, different foods. We like looking at the animals, and we love the rodeo, the actual rodeo. What's your favorite part? I like the food, and I like the rodeo too.
The expo.
The expo. She likes the expo. She likes to shop.
I love it. It's really fun. There's a lot of rides, different rides. There's roller coasters, merry-go-rounds, a lot of prizes you can win, and food. You can basically have a dinner here if you wanted to.
I'm Cheri Anders. I got the chopped beef potato from Triple J's. It's really good. 10 out of 10.
Can you talk about why did you sign up for the rodeo?
Absolutely. So she had the opportunity to do mutton busting last year as a 5-year-old, and she absolutely enjoyed it. And so she's determined to do it again this year and win it.
The City of Houston recently partnered with Bread of Life and area homeless organizations for the Dinner to Home food program. ShaVonne Herndon has more.
Thank you, Dad.
Mayor Sylvester Turner is passing out a warm cooked meal to hundreds of homeless men and women.
Compliments to the show.
Through the Dinner to Home program in downtown Houston.
It's a blessing on multiple levels. And this works. People can sit down, they can sit down at the tables, they can get a hot meal, they can get other necessities that they need.
The City of Houston has partnered with the Bread of Life, the Coalition for the Homeless, as well as Search Homeless Services to provide 4 meals a week for the homeless,
while also guiding them towards permanent housing. Mark Smith works with the Mayor's Office of Homeless Initiatives, says the outreach is intended for those who don't typically engage in outreach initiatives.
You know, really vulnerable people, and so an opportunity to give someone a good meal, a safe place to do it, a clean place to do it, and then start to build that relationship and move them towards housing. That's really, really important, because we don't want to just solve that immediate need of a good meal. We want to solve that long-term need of housing.
We believe people should have the basic necessities, and our mayor also believes that a person who's concerned about the person who might be the most challenged in the society actually says a lot about a city.
A city led by Turner, who adds food is the first step, home is the final step.
We've got to put them in a better place so that they can stand up for themselves and then live very productive lives. So we don't want to overlook anyone. There are tremendous needs by people in our community. And when we work collaboratively together, we can meet many of those needs.
For the City of Houston Office of the Mayor, I'm ShaVonne Herndon.
From the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo to the Final Four, our city is a leader when it comes to hosting big events. Having already discussed why branding is essential to attracting conventions and entertainment, Houston First President and CEO Michael Heckman concludes his conversation with podcast architects Garrett Hoddle in explaining how Houston's population diversity can impact businesses coming to the Bayou City.
This sounds like a fun question, especially for someone in your position. Where do you see the city in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, I see us continuing to develop along our lines of of where we've been for the past few years along innovation. With the energy transition conversation that is now going on. You know, we're an energy city, but that's going to look different, I think, in the future. I think that we will continue to be a highly diverse city. You'll continue to see that. We're a young city. Young people continue to move here. So I think that you'll continue to see a lot of that. And if we're doing our job the right way at Houston First, hopefully you're just going to see more and more visitors that come here. And for our job to continue to expand what that looks like for visitation to our community. Because we know the dollars and cents that are related to that, but it also relates to business recruitment. A CEO or a board of directors is typically not going to expand into a community or move their headquarters to a city that they've never visited before. And a lot of times that first blush when they come and maybe they're here for a leisure visit or they're here for a business visit, that experience needs to be superior. And if they leave and say, wow, you know, I've been reading a lot about Houston, I've seen a lot, but man, I was there and it was really terrific with all the green space and the people were friendly. And it really blew me away with what was there. And we hear that a lot. For people that maybe haven't been here ever, or maybe haven't been here for 20 years. It's a completely different city.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like you mentioned it there earlier that maybe a lot of people don't take advantage of this or don't practice this, but you want people to check the city website because the opportunities and the culture here is changing and it's growing more diverse.
And that's what we say is Houston is a tapestry of cultures that really fits together beautifully into make Houston what we all know it to be. And sometimes that's hard to explain for those of us that I've lived here now 20 years as my home. And it gets to be hard to explain because Houston sort of has that magic that's been captured in a bottle that you really don't know how to explain. But it really is a beautiful tapestry of cultures that all work together. Our diversity is our strength. Diversity in itself is just a number, but the way that it works together, and we say that the power of together is really what makes Houston what it is.
In the interview, Michael Heckman mentioned innovation and energy transition. Making Houston a smart city is the future, and as we go to break, here's a short teaser to our conversation with Jesse Bounds, the City of Houston's Director of Innovation.
What are smart city projects?
There's the formal definition of smart city, which is using emerging technologies like sensors, AI, advanced analytics to drive improvements in operations to improve the customer experience. We certainly use those to improve the city. Our take on it is really a smart city is one that works smarter, not harder. And the smart city that we're really going after is having a workforce in the city of Houston that uses data to inform their decision.
We could start by telling you how sleek it is, how it's at the edge of innovation in its industry, that it makes connections faster and more convenient. We could promote the fact that even traffic signals give it the green light, and that it moves so quickly we had to give it its own lane. Or you could just ride. Discover where this rail-like ride is going next. Visit ridemetro.org/MetroNext.
Back from the break, it's time to grab a coffee. District A Councilmember Amy Peck hosted a Coffee with Cops event in Spring Branch so residents could voice their concerns about public safety. HTV's ShaVonne Herndon has more.
Houston District A Councilwoman Amy Peck, along with District A community leaders and HPD officers, held their annual Coffee with Cops at Spring Branch's Family Development Center.
Public safety is a top priority in District A, and we are doing everything possible to make it as difficult to be a criminal in our community as possible.
Peck says overtime funding for HPD, along with the new Shot Spotter program and several newly installed flock cameras, have proven to be a huge success in the community.
Notify the HPD when there is an issue. So if you have a warrant out for your arrest, if it's a stolen vehicle, you're a suspect in some crime, basically, it will notify HPD.
While attendees were informed of the various public safety initiatives in place, they were also able to bring their concerns to the forefront. Issues with after-hour clubs, illegal drug activity, and boarding home ordinance concerns were all discussed. Dr. Christine Clancy says meetings like Coffee with Cops are essential for keeping communities safe.
It's nice to hear the same conversations with technology that's happening here, how that technology is being deployed in the area, what are they using it for. It's good to get people in the same room to have those conversations, and it's really important at least to get them in the room here to start that conversation and then follow up conversations later on.
For the City of Houston, Office of the Mayor, I'm ShaVonne Herndon.
A little rain couldn't turn people away as gospel music filled the air at Buffalo Bayou Park, with thousands enjoying the Praise in the Park Festival. Mayor Turner was on hand with a proclamation for the uplifting event.
And look, I look out there and I'm looking at literally hundreds and hundreds of people. It's a gospel music day. Look, giving people a lot of hope, a lot of inspiration, letting them know that whatever they're going through, they're not going through it by themselves.
Make some noise for our mayor.
I'm here today to tell you what God can do. And what he'll do for the mayor, he'll do for you too. So listen to the music. Somebody will be blessed today. So therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proudly proclaim this day, March 18, 2023, as Radio 1 Praise 92.1 Day in the City of Houston. Thank all of you for making a difference in the lives of people.
Is awesome.
I'm looking forward to hearing some good gospel singing, some good praising. So I'm looking forward to today.
Because Jesus can help you with the good and bad times.
Oh yeah, we really like it. There's a lot of talent in there. Some good voices today. A lot of praise and worship. A bunch of nice fellowship. A lot of things you read in the Bible, and it's just good to keep your faith in something greater than our ability.
People need something to hold on to. I don't care who you are. Everybody needs something to hold on to. And so I'm just glad and honored to be here to be a part of it.
Our final story takes us to Harwin Park as Mayor Turner and 50/50 partners celebrate its renovation.
It's great to be with you here this morning in the Harwin Park within the A-Leaf Westwood Complete Community.
If nothing else, the pandemic taught us how quality of life and mental health and how green spaces were so important for us.
And today, we celebrate one of those parks by ribbon cutting Harwin Park.
3, 2, 1.
It makes me happy to see people out here enjoying it. It makes me happy to see the improvements that they've made. We've been working in this park for over 20 years.
It brings back memories of my childhood. This is the park where my mama said, get out of my house and do not come back until 6 o'clock. We came to Harwin Park.
This little man that I have with me, he's just starting to walk, and his eyes are bright because he's looking at all the wonderful colors along with the other kids.
Neighborhood parks are where we gather as families, where we make friends and connections to one another, and where we exercise, breathe in fresh air, and play.
It's a phenomenal transformation, and it's decades overdue.
The kids have a new playground to play with. The senior citizens have new paths to go and walk around.
It's important to how children learn. It's important to all of us when we have hard work days and we can come to a park and enjoy fresh air.
And that is why we created the 50/50 Partners Program with the goal to uplift neighborhood parks in under-resourced areas as a crucial element in improving the quality of life in these communities as they become what I call complete communities.
That does it for this City Pulse. Until next time, do better and be kind.